Club Week is the celebration of personality through performance. The story that emerges throughout the week consists in the absurdity and confusion that is the social club. The social club is large amounts of precarious plastic consciousnesses assembling to embody a standard. And that standard is the expression of pride in being a human being with the human beings closely orbiting my shared gravitational field of social influence.
I think Club Week can serve many different purposes if you allow it to. I think one of the big purposes, at least in my perspective, is you just get closer to people through maybe activities you do throughout the week, or maybe the devos. You learn more about people so you can have a stronger friendship with them.
I remember having a lot of fun doing activities. We did karaoke with Theta and a couple other things, and I remember that after the fact, whenever people in my pledge class saw people from those other clubs, they waved and they were excited. They're still people that I'm friends with because of inter-club activities during Club Week.
Community is formed through your pledge class, and that is what we stress at nights because you're spending every waking hour with them. You're trusting these people with everything, and some of them you just met. So that's just a really strong, instant community that is formed through hardship.
Let's go, let's go! Let's go, Clay, let's go, let's go! Let's go, Clay! Let's go, Clay, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Got it! Let's get ready!
Just the general idea of Club Week kind of could harm community, because from the outside in it's scary because you hear things about different clubs and the things they do. It just kind of makes you afraid of what might happen. Just the idea of maybe getting yelled at or being made fun of or being embarrassed is just kind of harming to a community, because it doesn't allow you to be more open with others whenever you're maybe constantly being put down for certain things, or you're not able to feel comfortable to show the real you because of it.
Like I said, there's some clubs that have really easy club weeks and are really kind to their members throughout the week and use their club weeks to develop community, but then there's some clubs where it's really whiplash between the way you're treated in mixers and leading up to Club Week, and the love that you feel before Club Week, and then the love that you feel after Club Week. But then like the 1 week where you're treated like you're subhuman.
Anything that's not of love and of peace and of respect for just who you are, for just being alive and being a human. If it's a community and if it's a bonding that is happening because you have to hold on to your friend because you're scared, even if it's like a social scare, not a physical sort of scare, but even if it's there's a threat in your mind of, oh, these people won't like me, or these people won't want me to be a part of things in the future if I don't do what I'm told right now, or if I don't act the way I'm supposed to act right now. That's not of Jesus. That's not what he taught in his time here on earth. That's not what he implemented in his own community of his disciples or the people around them and who followed them. It's definitely not of love. But I know that people do have good experiences of where they're learning trust, but I don't think that there are enough of those stories for me to let go of all of the hurt that is clearly happening.
I've heard of lots of individual people who kind of get on a power trip because they have this power over these younger members. and they just kind of make their life horrible, and to the point where like other people, like presidents and VPs, have had to step in and say like, you need to back off, like you're going too far, which is a bit ridiculous in my opinion.
And they'll literally say like, oh, I just want to love on them again, so I'm so excited for when this week will be over. And I think that's insane. I mean, that's literally insanity to say that we can behave one way for this week and then after that act like that was a part of loving these people.
I think that one very important aspect of Harding condoning Club Week needs to be their vigilance in making sure that it is Christ-like. I think that as long as we can do our best to make sure that our actions are mirroring Christ to each other and to the Cersei community and to the people who are hearing about Harding, we can have successful and encouraging Club Weeks. But I think as soon as stories start getting out to people, even around the world, because Harding reaches every corner of the world, that we are, justifying an organization or an institution that promotes degrading each other, that's when we have a problem. So I don't think it's necessarily at all a bad thing for Harding to condone Club Week. I think it's important to make sure that we have the right motivations and are carrying them out in the proper way.
I've just, in my 4 years of being in the club system, I guess you could call it, it's just like a feeling. Like, because I know that we're all in the same boat in that week, whether you're joining a club or you're already a current member of a club, you all understand that you're all working towards one goal. What that goal is dependent on what club it is, but we're all there together. And like, the support that comes with Club Week, because everyone knows what everyone's going through at one time. Like, my mom always said that like, you never know what's going on in someone else's tunnel, but Club Week is the one week where you know what's going on in everyone's tunnel, so to some degree. And so like, you all understand how the other one is feeling. I think that's the best way I can describe it, though.
Like everybody there together at all club, and like, I'm excited to hear everyone's cheers. Yes. And like, oh, you'll get through Club Week, like you've got this.
It's like the one week we all like, oh, the club rivalries kind of go away. I don't know, it's nice though, because like, okay, because yes, you have friends who wear other jerseys and things like that, but that doesn't matter during that week. I mean, will it matter after the week? Depends on the person, but if in the week we're all in it together. High School Musical was right, we're all in this together.
Club Week is an example of the unique culture of Harding and how being a part of this week is like being a part of an elaborate world created through social contracts. Outside of the context of Harding culture, what goes on during this week makes little to no sense. It doesn't look like traditional pledging, and yet there are echoes of fraternity and sorority traditions in the activities happening on campus. There's also a strange excitement and unity between different clubs, as well as stark competition. Even after being at Harding for 4 years, Club Week and social club culture is bizarre to me, but it's also something I cherish.